Okay, this is Danny Tang. I'm doing the probability and stochastic homework 2, problem 5. And we're given f of x equals a times x squared for absolute value of x is smaller than 1 or 0 otherwise. So part A asks us to find a, so f of x is a density function. And how we find a is that we take the integral of f of x and then we set it equal to 1 and then we find a. So normally, since this is an absolute value here, the limits would be from -1 to 1, since x could be negative or positive. And then we do the integral here, which is a times x to the third over 3 times a, and then limits are -1 to 1. We set this equal to 1. And so we find that a is times 1/3 plus 1/3 equals 1. And then we find that 2/3 a equals 1, so a equals 3 over 2. That means that the distribution function will look something like this. And then 0 otherwise. So we find that a is 3 over 2. And then part B, it asks m equals -1, or big X is from big X is smaller than -1 but less than -0.5, or big X is bigger than 0.5 but less than 1. And then we have to find and draw this f of x on the condition of m. And so how we do this is we do this in 2 parts. Actually, it only takes 1 step, but we want to verify. So we first look at the m condition when x is bigger than -1 but smaller than -0.5. And in the lecture, we're given a formula for f of x on the condition of m, which is x of x on the condition of m is 0 when x is smaller than b. F of x over distribution function of a minus distribution function of b when x is greater than b but smaller than a, smaller or equal to a, and then 0 when x is greater than a. So we look at this limit and we see that -0.5 is a, and then -1 is b. So we use this formula to find f of x on the condition of m. So when we put -5 into the distribution function that we found above, we see that it's -0.0625. And then we do this for -1, which we find to be -1/2. So when we do f of -5 minus f of -1, we say that it's 0.4375 or 7/16. And so when we put this into the density function, f of x is 3/2 x squared over 7/16. We find that it's 24/7 x squared on the interval -1 to negative 0.5. So we found that f of x on the condition of m when it's -1 to negative 0.5 is this. And we can see that since f of x is an even function, this would just be the same on either condition. So it would be the same for -5 to 1, or 0.5 to 1. But let's verify it anyway. So m is 0.5, x is greater than 0.5 but smaller than 1. So we use that formula again. F of x over the distribution function. So we see that f of 1 is 1/2, f of 0.5 is 0.0625. And we subtract, we get 7/16. And once again, f of x is 24/7 times x squared on this interval 0.5 to 1. So when we draw this graph, okay, we see that since this is an even function, it looks the same, or it's flipped. So this is 4, this is 2. 24/7 is about here. So at 1, this is where it would be. And then same here. So this curve is 24/7 times x squared. And when we look at the interval, we only consider here from 0.5 to 1 or from negative 0.5 to 1. So everywhere else it is 0. So then the probability density function on the condition of m looks like this. 0 everywhere else. Oops. This is 0. And then so this is what the graph would look like.